And well, but up if I hit the right button, everything works amazing. How are you this morning? You have many things going on. I'm going to try to put some data together. I got the broadcasters going on. I got Massachusetts Emergency Management pulled up here. I haven't made any new statements this morning yet. It's kind of quiet on both the hurricane and explosion fronts as far as emergency services. Alright. I figured we start out this morning. Yeah. Charleston. Get it to slide over just a bitty bit. He's one of them little footprints. Everything else has got one. Alright. As of 41 minutes ago, the last report from Jeff Petrowski, which I really like his work. Alright, you don't need to see my face or hear my voice. I got work to do. Writing you information you can use. Much love.
On 17 Highway, this is the road that leads from Wilmington. We were in Wilmington about an hour ago, and numerous power flashes all over the Wilmington area. They had a lot of power 4 hours ago. Power flashes, flying debris, gas station awnings coming down. Lots of flying debris in and around Wilmington over the last 30 minutes. We just left Wilmington, where we're coming back north on 17, northeast of there. And what's happened with the hurricane, kind of not quite predicted, but things have happened, is that the eyes moved a little bit really close to shore.
Everything's hearable.
Now, the North Eye Wall is just south of me, about 4 miles. And the winds, this again is not the surface, but it's just above the surface, like at about a couple thousand feet above our heads right here. I'm right here at the blue dot, just to the south west of Topsail Beach, and this area right in here, I've got winds anywhere from 100 to 117 overhead. The hurricane is in, it looks like to me, based on radar presentation, the National Hurricane Center bumped it up a little bit. but the radar presentation is much better. You've got, in the sense of it's intensified. The ice wall has gotten much stronger. This wall right here, I just had wind gusts here of over 110, and just in the Topsail Beach area, and we've got trees that have just come down in the parking lot at this facility I'm at, and we're getting hammered with 100 sustained mile-an-hour winds now, coming all on shore. Just extremely destructive winds now in storm surge. Surf City, North Sail Beach, all this area up north here, all these winds are coming on shore. Large battering waves, huge storm surge now is affecting the coastline, coming down to Surf City and Topsail Beach. But right now, we're getting just absolutely hammered on Highway 17 here, just northeast of Wilmington, up to Surf City. I'm on 17 here, and we're just getting hammered. And here's the velocity data just to show you how crazy it is. Look at the winds here. This is from the Wilmington radar, which is not far away, 117, 118. The eye wall right now it's jogged a little bit north, and it's just due east of Wilmington, but the eye wall is like right here. We're just north of the eye wall, and right now we're not very far from the eye wall. We're now less than about 4 miles northwest of the eye wall, and we're just getting hammered on this north side. It's jogging kind of west northwest. The center is, and it's probably going to take a path. It's very just between our location and maybe the north side of Wilmington, maybe right over Wilmington. But this whole north wall here is just getting hammered along the coastline. It's been a crazy, crazy evening. Earlier this evening, we were up in the at the Sheets Ferry area. There's damage, all kinds of damage up in this area right here from the winds. Mobile homes, we have roof off of buildings. We have a lot of billboard signs down. I know there's been a tremendous storm surge all evening. Overnight, we had the high water, and it's went into up in this Jackson Bay area. If we look at this, let's go to Google Maps real quick. We're hearing all kinds of high water rescues back to our east and northeast along the highway. And this area right here, the Sneads Beach deal, the water has surged up into this area in these back bays, and the water surging up to Jacksonville, up toward Jacksonville, in the back of the bay here at New River. Also, the water on the east bay is flooding homes. That was about 2 hours ago. Water's going into homes here as the bay is expanding from the storm surge going up the bay here, off the coastal waters. Earlier this afternoon, actually about 3 hours ago, one of the biggest surprises of the day, right? They had a massive storm surge in the back bays here in the Merrimack River up toward Washington. But the town of Newborn had about anywhere from 4 to 8 feet of water. I understand in downtown, I've seen many pictures in the Newborn. Many water rescues have been occurring all night long, and they're asking for help, and have been for a number of hours now. The city of Newborn is underwater, anywhere from like 4 to 8 foot of water. The bay, the surge here was tremendous about 4 hours ago, and they're still under major water in the Newborn area. That's underwater. So what my concern is now with the eye is tightened up. I'm not saying it's a Cat 3, but the eye is getting much tighter now than it was earlier, and it looks it's definitely doing more damage. But the eye's much tighter, much more powerful than it's been all day, quite frankly. And I can confirm we've had winds well over 110 at our area, in our location. We're at here on 17, and we're in the northwestern eye wall, and we're getting absolutely just hammered. We actually are hiding behind a 4-story commercial building on the west side because there's so much flying debris on 17. And we did see some roofs and some trees fly by and almost hit us. And we got off the highway and took shelter in this building on this west side of the building to get out of the wind. If I just took the car and went up about 50 feet up the road here, you literally it's a wall of debris, flying debris coming down the highway here. It's really bad. So we're going to hold here while the eye is going to either come over us or go just south of us, but the eye continues to move. Right now, the eye's just about 4 to 5 miles southeast of us, and it's kind of slowly tracking west-northwest here. It's going to come into Wilmington probably by 7:38. It's moving about 5 miles an hour, so about another 2 hours. 7:30, first light here, just out sundown. We ought to be in the eye wall between Wilmington and our location right here. That's kind of a short update. It's been a really wild day, just a lot of stuff going on. But that's what's happened so far, and it's our concern. Was earlier today, this morning at low tide, about 20 hours ago, Jeff and I were up at the north end here, north of Surf City, on the Outer Barrier Islands at about 11 a.m. on the high tide, and we had waves, about 15-foot waves on top of the storm surge, as well as the high tide at that time on the north end of the North Topsail Beach here. We had a number of structures where the water knocked the south walls down and went out the north walls of the homes, and that was again at about 11 a.m. just about 20 hours ago. Up in this area, there's a lot of damage from the houses right on the coastline on the first floor. A lot of those houses are designed so the garages will blow out, but the back walls of the up to the beach blew out. It pushed all the people's personal belongings, bicycles, furniture, cars, out through the garage, out the north wall of the barrier islands. And so what's happening now is the ice making landfall encroach, and as soon as the winds go onshore, if they do, they should, what you're going to see here is you're going to see the winds both offshore, and I'll draw a picture here for you. These are winds coming down 17 this way at over 100 miles an hour on the north wall, and then as the hurricane continues to track off to the west, you're going to see this onshore flow go back the other direction. So you're going to have this large onshore flow. Let me go to the Morehead City radar, back to our northeast here. Let me go to a different velocity scan here. Okay, this is much better. There we go. So what's happening is we got this northeast wind here really high, and here's the zero line, and this is it's just south of the beach line now, and this is the onshore flow where you got all the winds coming onshore, and it's just south of the beach. But as soon as this eye gets a little bit further west, you're going to have all this massive storm surge coming onshore, and we're going to have an overrun of the storm surge of 9 to 15 feet along the south beach line here. We got flying debris out my car here, just outside here. There's flying debris over the building now. You can see, look at the trees are breaking here, right here in my parking lot. But this is our big concern. Surf City, all these areas here are going to go underwater. The barrier island's going to be really bad. It's short, but the eye wall, if you look at the center of it here, it's really tightened up. It's only 9 miles across. It's been about 30 miles across all day today. So the eye wall is now about twice smaller right now than it was even 3 hours ago. So this has been a major change. The hurricane, it has re-intensified. It's went from Cat 1 back to Cat 2 on the National Hurricane Center, but based on what I'm seeing on radar, we're borderline Cat 3. So it's real borderline right now. We had a Cat 3 making landfall, which is what was originally forecasted, and the models had picked up on that. And you look at it, the pressures are lower, and we're definitely have almost Cat 3 hurricane here coming ashore right now, just north of the eye wall here, 113, 114. Now again, that's not at ground level. That's up at about probably a couple thousand feet above our head. But what it's telling you is that as the storms and the heavy rain comes over us, those higher winds come to the surface, and that's why we're seeing these really bad burst of winds with flying debris along 17 here. 17 is very dangerous right now with lots of flying debris going down Highway 17. Would not recommend anybody, chasers or anybody, go down that. And we're going to continue to watch this. But that's what's happening right now. This is out the window here, what's going on. And there's just a lot of flying debris. Again, we're on the west side of a 3-story commercial office building. We're hiding underneath a big canopy on the west side of the building, and there's just a lot of flying debris. It's zero visibility, whiteout conditions, and the winds sustain 75 up to gusts at times 110, 115. And so anyway, that's kind of a short summary of what's going on right now. And our plan was originally, but we don't know if we'll be able to do this now because of complications with possibly road debris and flooding over the roadway. We had a couple of chasers tell us that in a couple of areas here, this is low-line flooding, not storm surge flooding, that because of the heavy rain, that the highway here is filling up with water. So we've got water about a foot over the road in a couple locations, moving swiftly now. So we've got a situation where we may not be able to advance any farther, and we're going to basically hold out here where we're at. and wait for the eye to come over us. And then when the eye comes over us and the winds go from 100, 114 outside, and we calm down to 30 or 40 or 20, then at that point we're going to make a move either back into Wilmington with the eye wall. We're going to actually get in the eye and follow the eye into Wilmington, or we're going to go back up north here. We'd like to get back up in the Source City area and see the storm surge damage, which should be catastrophic up here. And so if we can make it there safely, we'll try to do that. That's kind of if you look outside here, it's very difficult to see, but trees are bending, and it's total white out here, and it's just crazy on the amount of flying debris outside right now. A lot of stuff is going on, and it's continued to just be crazy out here today. It's been a really long night, and gosh, it's just been an amazing day. And there's a couple local law enforcement agencies they're going down Highway 117 right now. I'm sure they're getting pelted with debris. They're heading up to the north there on 17 up toward Topsail Beach. So anyway, it's a state. So anyway, very rough conditions out here right now. I just want to give you a quick update, and we'll stay with you here for a few minutes. Let me get let's let this stay. I'm going to mount you on the window here, and then let you guys just kind of watch what's happening here at this, as the eye wall's literally about 4 or 5 miles from us. There's the trees outside. Look at the trees. I don't know if you can see them very well, but the trees they've about had it out here. Let me see. Get this. Yeah, I've got that done. Okay, let me do this here. I'm about hoarse because it's been a long day. Get this up. Let me get that. There we go. Okay, let's let this stay right here. Let you guys watch that stream. I'm going to do a couple other things right now. Thanks for everybody joining my Periscope. Thanks for all the super hearts. Really appreciate it. It's been awesome. Okay, thank you guys for the super hearts. We'll get back with you here in a little bit. Things change. Thank you so much.
Expect those waves to be tough all the way up and down the coast. And by the way,
but Panthers. All right, I'll show you the dog real quick. Oscar, hey buddy.
Getting my cameras all set up for my morning time lapse, but it's very heavily fogged out there. You'll hear me moving around. I've got some extra devices going, so I got the background.
Adjusted, and at one point, Kitty Hawk appeared as if it would get quite a bit of the brunt of the storm. Last night we were watching Geo right there from this location, and he He was getting beaten up a little bit by the winds, and you can see the surf is definitely kicking up as well. North of there, Norfolk, the ships have been put out to sea just as a precaution because they thought that the storm would really hit the Virginia area, but then it started making a left hook. It started going down and doing a loop-de-looper. What's the technical term?
There isn't. You know, there really isn't a technical term. It will drift and move. So one of the things that, you know, when you widen out to look at this storm, it looked like maybe the storm did a northern jog and then a different, but when you widen out and look at the loop longer, what happened with this storm is it never really made a northward move. The northern side of the eye wall shifted a little bit in that time period, Kenneth, when we were looking at it going, can't find the eye, can't find the eye. So it looked like the storm drifted a little bit to the north, but it's been pretty steady on this west-northwest move, and now it's actually just moving west.
It's been incredible to see this storm just move west, because we've been here for several hours now. And taking a look at Ginger's live shot there in Wilmington, where it's just getting battered, it's incredible. And we're getting reports that a buoy offshore Wilmington is gusting at 97 miles per hour. The winds there at 97 miles per hour, which is intense.
Yeah, very heavy band is coming into Wilmington. Our nonstop coverage of Hurricane Florence does continue right now. We're going to pause for a break for our stations.
This is an ABC News special report.
Yeah.
Hurricane Florence.
And
I'm commercial free if I can help it. Oh, that's a nice. Fresh pot of coffee on 25 hours being up, so I might slip on my tongue. Forget what I'm typing. I don't know about that noise. I think that's his. I think I got it. Oh. Yeah. I think we're good now. That was his. I'm like, where did that noise come from? Alright. Watch this. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I gotta set up my time-lapse camera for the sunrise. That's gonna be fogged out anyway.
Yeah, we'll run it around here, around town right quick, make sure that, you know, trees down, whatever, and we're going to give you an update on the situation here. Here goes, y'all want to follow our mode, y'all still good over there? 540, get to power. I'm going to put it on like that. Good, 2-4. Power. You run up plate, sir? Go with the plate. Last 884. Charlie 1. 12-mile station there. See, buddy. What's going on? Yeah, good. Well, how'd you all make out last night there? Everybody make out all right? I thought fish hits one. Yeah, good for,
It's the darndest thing when you lose the stuff you're looking for.
There's a limb down there and the light.
Four 24. 24. It's active to a Kayla Potter out of Florence. Everything's secure here.
That one there that just finished up, that's North Carolina. That quiet one is Massachusetts, and there's two of them in Massachusetts. One with the National Weather Service emergency stuff going on in the Carolinas. Just an explanation. I'm sure you'll decipher the words, parse them. I like that tree.
Problem Station 12.
Sorry about that.
Affirmative, sir. On arrival, the alarm was sounding. I was about to say this is an ongoing issue here. However, everything's secure here, sir, and the alarm stopped. So unless you ever respond, I'll be, you tell me clear. Nope, that was called in by a neighbor.
Get back to that. I gotta set this camera up.
Sample.
Fire alarm ambulance 2, Stool Alarm Medical, 1275 Turnpike to Brightview, apartment 1209, 88-year-old male, not feeling well. Fire alarm 2 ambulance 2, Stool Alarm Medical to 1275 Turnpike to Brightview, apartment 1209, 88-year-old female, 88-year-old male, not feeling well.
You know, taking pictures of the sun and the moon and the stars takes a lot of time. You wouldn't think. Whew. All right, what do we got here?
Welcome to DK4OBX Repeaters.
ground responding.
IX disconnected.
That are prone to it, and we're used to those areas, and we're prepared to try to provide services to them when they need it.
So we're going to be watching those areas in particular, aren't we, as the storm passes through? But we're still looking at maybe, I don't know, we're still hours away at least.
Yes, this, once again, the speed of the storm, we're going to experience another day on our emergency recall similar to yesterday. And as all of you probably well know, that we're not going to start to see the effects of this at its, at its greatest, fullest potential for here in our area till maybe even tomorrow.
And as far as any tips for viewers last minute, what if they do have an emergency or if there's a problem, when should they call you?
Anytime that there's an emergency, they need us. 911 is always a thing to do, and we'll have the quickest response we can, and we'll get to you as soon as we can. So we're here for you.
Thank you, Captain Laffey. That's Captain Laffey
That
with the
reporter
Gulf
looks
State Police
familiar.
Department, just giving us some information about this
Michigan.
area and how things are going. It sounds like folks have had a little bit extra time to prepare, which is great news. So the anxiety level goes down, of course, when that happens, but it's still, we have a storm coming. And people do need to prepare, and they need to understand that there is flooding in this area historically, as Captain Laffey was telling us. So we're going to be watching this area very carefully over the next days, and we will let you know as things progress. Back to you in the studio, Ann Emerson in Goose Creek.
All right, Ann, thank you. Still time to fuel up. Of course, police there on the patrol. You know, downtown Charleston normally pretty busy on a Friday, even a Thursday night, but that's not the case this week. Many businesses and homes have already boarded up ahead of Florence. Brody Hart joining us now live once again from the market downtown. And Brody, you know, we don't even need a hurricane in that area to prompt some of that flooding.
Yeah, John, that's right. A typical summer storm is enough just to flood this area. So this is the intersection of East Bay Street and Market Street downtown. And like we've been saying, this is an area so prone to flooding. Now, another thing that we're focusing on today, though, it's the winds this storm could bring. We've been seeing a lot of wind north of us, not quite here downtown. We've been showing those trees blowing around. We don't quite see that, though. It is picking up a little bit right now. It may take a little time before we feel that. Another thing I want to show you, though, in addition to some of the wind and some of the precautions,
84 Durso Ave for the alarm.
Boats pumping
businesses
water
are taking
into the
it. Right behind me, there's a restaurant. You can see it's got sandbags there boarded up in front of the door. That's kind of been the case all around downtown. We've seen a lot of homes, a lot of businesses, a lot of restaurants boarded up, plywood and sandbags, just in case we do get some of that storm surge and that flooding downtown, especially right here in this area. We've even got video, though. It seems like this from past floods. Right here at the market downtown that people are trying to avoid. And really, here's what the worst case scenario. Downtown, no rain at all, a little bit of wind that we're seeing pick up.
All right, taking a live look right now at
Oh, there we go. Now I can sign in and not have anyone see my secret stuff. My name.
Florence. Again, we are starting to see that eye wall move inland, going through Wilmington as we speak. So strongest conditions pushing through right now. We'll have the latest updates and show you some of the updated models coming up in just a bit.
All right, couple.
Oops. Close. Thank you. I got you all over the place. Let's try this. Does that look right? I'm just trying to see. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. That's everything. Okay.
H is on there. H2 on arrival.
Oh, that's a bit excessive. What happened? Oh, that's the cloud cover. Alright, there's Camp Lejeune. Alright. And then there's Wilmington. I know I hit a button over here. There it goes.
H is on scene. H2, repeat that.
I'm trying to pull the comments back up. I could really use the comments. Back up. I could really use the comments.
in Wilmington, North Carolina. Carolina throughout the day. For now, for ABC News, here.
She is the public information that has been battered for the last couple of hours.
We're having
alarm 2, engine 1, still alarm for assistance in shutting off the gas at 67 Surrey, 67 Surrey, fire alarm 2, engine 1, still alarm for assistance in shutting off the gas at 67 Surrey, 67 Surrey.
Florence says that at 84 is 84 just around.
Alright, 16 in the line. Good, T. Alright, Kitty, this actually goes up to 74 or so. I can't, I'm having a problem locating 84. So it's alright. Stand by, we'll verify these reps.
Ladder 1, responding to 67 Surrey. No one, you're on 67 Surrey.
Alright, disregard, I found it. Oh, yes. Receive.
424, you still south?
Affirmative, sir.
107 South Union Street, the Lawrence store for the alarm.
Copy.
Alarm. Everything appears to be secure. Thanks, Steve.
Fire alarm answering.
Good morning, everybody. It's 5:18 a.m. and it's been a really wild night here on the North Carolina coast as we've endured anywhere from 100 to gusts to at times 150 mile-an-hour winds. Right now, me and Jeff Gammons is on 17 Highway. This is the road that leads from Wilmington. We were in Wilmington about an hour ago, and numerous power flashes all over the Wilmington area. They had a lot of power. Hours ago, power flashes, flying debris, gas station awnings coming down. Lots of flying debris in and around Wilmington over the last 30 minutes. We just left Wilmington where we're coming back north on 17, northeast of there, and what's happened with the hurricane kind of not quite predicted, but things have happened, is that the eyes moved a little bit really close to shore now. The North Iowa is just south
for a fall or possible
about 4 miles, and the winds, this again is not the surface, but it's just above the surface.
For a female in her 80s that's fallen, fire alarm to A1, still on medical. 1275 Turnpike to Brightview, 3rd floor, apartment 7.
Like about a couple thousand feet above our heads right here.
Unknown if she's injured or just to lift assist.
The blue dot just to the south west. Of Topsail Beach, and this area right in here, I've got winds anywhere from 100 to 117 overhead. The hurricane is in, it looks like to me, based on radar presentation, National Hurricane Center bumped it up a little bit, but the radar presentation is much better. You've got, in the sense of it's intensified. The ice wall has gotten much stronger. This wall right here, I just had wind gusts here of over 110, and just in the Topsail Beach area. And
24 to Mars.
Grid 24.
got trees that just come down in the parking lot at this.
Sure, you're clear. Thank you.
Facility I'm at, and we're getting hammered with 100. Sustained mile-an-hour winds now coming all inshore. Just extremely destructive winds now in storm surge. Surf City, North Seal Beach, all this area up north here. All these winds are coming on. Large battery waves, huge storm surge now is affecting the coastline coming down to Surf City and Topsail Beach. But right now we're getting just absolutely hammered on Highway 17 here, just north east of Wilmington up to Surf City. This whole
I forgot I had the speaker on.
I'm on 17 here, and we're just getting hammered. And here's the velocity data.
There's like a giant.
Just to show you how crazy it is. Look at the winds here. This is from the Wilmington radar, which is not far away. 117, 118. The eye wall right now it's jogged a little bit north, and it's just due east of Wilmington, but the eye wall is like right here. We're just north of the eye wall, and right now we're not very far from the eye wall. We're now less than about 4 miles northwest of the eye wall, and we're just getting hammered on this north side. It's jogging kind of west north. Northwest, the center is, and it's
116 ending coming like.
Probably going to take a path. It's very just between. Our location and maybe the north side of Wilmington, maybe right over Wilmington, but this whole north wall here is just getting hammered along the coastline. It's been a crazy evening. Earlier this evening, we were up in the at the Sheets Ferry area. There's damage, all kinds of damage up in this area right here. From the winds, mobile homes, we have roof off of buildings, we have a lot of billboard signs down. I know there's been a tremendous storm surge all evening. Overnight, we had the high water, and it's went into up in this Jackson Bay area. If we look at this, let's go to Google Maps real quick. We're hearing all kinds of high water rescues back to our east and northeast along the highway. And this area right here, the Sneads Beach deal, the water has surged up into this area in these back bays, and the water is surging up to Jacksonville, up toward Jacksonville, in the back of the bay here at New River. Also, the water on the east bay is flooding homes. That was about 2 hours ago. Water's going into the homes there as the bay is expanding from the storm surge going up the bay here off the coastal waters. Earlier this afternoon, actually about 3 hours ago, one of the biggest surprises of the day, right? They had a massive storm surge in the back bays here in the Merrimack River up toward Washington, but the town of Newborn had about anywhere from 4 to 8 feet of water. I understand in downtown, I've seen many pictures of the Newborn. Many water rescues have been occurring all night long, and they're asking for help, and have been for a number of hours now. The city of Newborn is underwater, anywhere from like 4 to 8 foot of water. The bay, the surge here was tremendous about 4 hours ago, and they're still under major water in the Newborn area. That's underwater. So what my concern is now with the eye is tightened up, I'm not saying it's a Cat 3, but the eye is getting much tighter now than it was earlier, and it looks it's definitely doing more damage. But the eye's much tighter, much more powerful than it's been all day, quite frankly. And I can confirm we have winds well over 110 at our area, in our location. We're out here on 17, and we're in the western northwestern eye wall, and we're getting absolutely just hammered. We're actually are hiding behind a 4-story commercial building on the west side because there's so much flying debris on 17. And we just see some growth and some trees fly by and almost hit us. And we got off the highway and took shelter in this building on this west side of the building to get out of the wind. If I just took the car and went up about 50 feet up the road here, you literally just it's a wall of debris, flying debris coming down the highway here. It's really bad. So we're going to hold here while the eye is going to either come over us or go just south of us, but the eye continues to move. Right now, the eye's just about 4 to 5 miles southeast of us, and it's kind of slowly tracking west-northwest here. It's going to come into Wilmington probably by 7:38. It's moving about 5 miles an hour, so about another 2 hours. 7:30, first light here, just out at sundown. We ought to have the in the eye wall between Wilmington and our location right here. That's kind of a short update. It's been a really wild day, just a lot of stuff going on, but that's what's happened so far. And it's our concern was earlier today. This morning at low tide, about 20 hours ago, Jeff and I were up at the north end here, north of Surf City, on the outer barrier islands at about 11 a.m. at high tide, and we had waves, about 15-foot waves on top of the storm surge, as well as the high tide at that time on the north end, the North Topsail Beach here. We had a number of structures where the water knocked the south walls down and went out the north walls of the homes, and that was again at about 11 a.m. just about 20 hours ago. Up in this area, there's a lot of damage from the houses right on the coastline on the first floor. All those houses are designed so the garages will blow out, but the back walls of the up to the beach blew out. It pushed all the people's personal belongings, bicycles, furniture, cars, out through the garage, out the north wall of the barrier islands. And so what's happening now is the eye's making landfall, encroach, and as soon as the winds go onshore, if they do, they should. What you're going to see here is you're going to see the winds both offshore, and I'll draw a picture here for you. These are winds coming down 17 this way at over 100 miles an hour on the north wall, and then as the hurricane continues to track off to the west, you're going to see this onshore flow go back the other direction, so you're going to have this large onshore flow. Let me go to the Morehead City radar, back to our northeast here. Let me go to a different velocity scan here. Okay, this is much better. There we go. So what's happening is we got this northeast wind here, really high. And here's the zero line, and this is it's just south of the beach line now. And this is the onshore flow where you got all the winds coming onshore, and it's just south of the beach. But as soon as this eye gets a little bit further west, you're going to have all this massive storm surge coming onshore, and we're going to have an overrun of the storm surge of 9 to 15 feet along the south beach line here. We got flying debris out my car here, just outside here. There's flying debris over the building now. You can see, look at the trees are breaking here, right here in my parking lot. But this is our big concern. Surf City, all these areas here.
$24. Go ahead, 24. Is that where we can get some calls to Black off Harvard Street?
going to go underwater. The barrier island's going to be really bad. That's short, but the eye wall, if you look at the center of it here, it's really tightened up. It's only 9 miles across. It's been about 30 miles across all day today. So the eye wall is now about twice smaller right now than it was even 3 hours ago. So this has been a major change. The hurricane, it has re-intensified. It's went from Cat 1 back to Cat 2 on the National Hurricane Center. But based on what I'm seeing on radar, we're borderline Cat 3. So it's real borderline right now. We got a Cat.
Lieutenant Conway.
It's a little behind on the location, I guess. I've heard.
3 making landfall, which is what was originally forecasted. And the models had picked up on that, and you look at it, the pressure.
Go ahead. Sandy, do you have an extra body for traffic control to block off another street?
I have a list of 10 streets that have to get released.
Lower, and we're definitely have almost Cat 3. Hurricane here coming ashore right now, just north of the eye wall, 113, 114. Now again, that's not at ground level. That's up at about probably a couple thousand feet above our head. But what it's telling you is that as the storms and the heavy rain comes over us, those higher winds come to the surface, and that's why we're seeing these really bad bursting winds with flying debris along.
Thank you.
Here. 17 is very dangerous right now with lots of flying debris going down Highway 17. Would not recommend anybody do chasers or anybody go down that. And we're going to continue to watch this. But that's what's happening right now. This is out the window here. What's going on? And it's just there's just a lot of flying debris. Again, we're on the west side of a 3-story commercial office building. We're hiding underneath a big canopy on the west side of the building, and there's just a lot of flying debris. It's zero visibility, whiteout conditions, and the winds sustain 75 up to gusts at times 110, 115. And so anyway, that's kind of a short summary of what's going on right now. And our plan was originally, but we don't know if we'll be able to do this now because of complications with possibly road debris and flooding over the roadway. We had a couple of chasers tell us that in a couple of areas here, this is low-line flooding, not storm surge flooding, that because of the heavy rain, that the highway here is filling up with water, so we've got water about a foot over the road in a couple locations, moving swiftly now. So we've got a situation where we may not be able to advance any farther, and we're going to basically hold out here where we're at, and wait for the eye to come over us, and then when the eye comes over us and the winds go from
alarm. I'm going to be clear here. Alarm is still going off, but the location appears to be secure.
100, 114 outside, and we calm down to 30 or 40 or 20. Then at that point, we're going to make a move either back into Wilmington.
High-rise structure, nothing showing next year. We'll advise.
With the eye wall, we're going to actually get in the eye.
Fire alarm engine 1, still alarm for a gas shutoff at 141 Water Street.
Or we're going to go back up north here. We'd like to get back up in the Source City area and see the storm surge damage, which should be catastrophic up here. And so if we can make it there safer, we'll try to do that. That's kind of, if you look outside here, it's very difficult to see.
I'll be heading over to DPW fuel up.
Why don't you have that from me?
Trees are bending, and it's totally light out here, and it's just crazy on the amount of flying debris outside right now. A lot of stuff is going on, and it's continue to just, you know, be crazy out here today. It's been a really long night, grueling, and
Sergeant Picard, come in.
Go ahead.
You said a police should have come down here. She's from us, so we're holding off the police and stuff like that.
It's just been an amazing day, and there's a couple of local law enforcement agencies. They're going down Highway 117 right now. I'm sure they're getting
much backseat. I couldn't hear any of that.
pelted with debris. They're heading up to the north there on 17 up to Topsail Beach. So anyway, it's a state. So anyway, very rough conditions out here right now. I just want to give you a quick update, and we'll stay with you here for a few minutes. Let me get the, let's let this stay. I'm gonna mount you on the window here, and then let you guys just kind of watch what's happening here at this as the eye wall.
I think 10-4 at this location. Same issue as last night.
We're only about 4 or 5 miles from us.
Just put in test.
Trees outside. Look at the trees. I don't know if you can see them very well, but the trees are they've about had it out here. Let's see.
Direct. Good, Paul. Officer Geary, come in.
See, get this.
Where is it? Yeah, I'm headed over there from the south, just to let you know. Follow me on. Very good, sir. Hey, route to the general, starting 0. General 0.
Across those folks, but the advice.
Florence, guys, our name logged is one safety day shift after 9.
So Hurricane Florence is making landfall as we speak. It's making landfall near Wrightsville Beach. That's just about 15 minutes from where we are. I'm speaking closely into the mic. I know it's loud out.
Engine 2 is en route, 76 Old Village Lane. Help resident with the meter, gas meter.
6 Old Village Lane to help with the meter.
We're in Wilmington, North Carolina. You're watching pattern. We're here tracking Hurricane Florence. We are in the eye wall. As
Stage 1, got you.
Some of that intense wind and rain is what you're watching right now. You can see just how active it is out there. The wind moving all of the trees. The rain is just absolutely coming down off into the distance out there. That is the Cape Fear River, and the conditions outside are absolutely large.
Gotcha.
In a little bit of time, will likely be.
Gotcha. You call station 2.
Where things might calm down a bit, but this is the eye wall right now. You can see just how dangerous it is outside, how strong these winds are. We're seeing gusts here in Wilmington around 90 miles per hour, so just imagine the damage and danger that those kind of winds can do.
1028.
Quality on signal.
10-4, 724.
Engine 2 is at 76 Old Village.
Engine 2, you're on 76 Old Village. Fire alarm car 2.
Hurricane, still the extremely strong winds moving.
Deputy, we got a report of 96 Dale Street, odor of gas. Start mutual aid.
Slowly, 6 miles
I have a
at this point,
transport, 3 engines, 1 ladder truck. What number of Dale will be responding?
It's going to be 96 Dale.
We're talking about this.
96 Dale. Ladder 1 is responding, 96 Dale. Sutton.
Ladder 1, you're responding, 96 Dale from Sutton.
Storm surge, the potential for almost 2 feet of rainfall. Very dangerous conditions outside. The wind out. Out here gusting about 90 miles per hour, hurricane force winds making landfall where we are. Again, if anyone's just joining us, we're here in
Sergeant Picard.
You
that was 96 Dale.
out there, and you can just see how the wind is pushing.
96 Dale.
The trees absolutely.
Go ahead.
Able PD is coming over with like probably 6 or 8 guys.
You're on your way to the
over there. We're gonna come down and see the U, Lieutenant Burke. When they check in, let's get them starting on the reliefs on the exterior, okay? Do you have any other PDs that have checked in with you?
Yes, I'm already working on it. The 4 original ones have already been filled by Boston PD, and we're working on the other 8, and I will get back to
197, Chesapeake.
197.
All right. Once those are done, Sandy, start a separate page for like beginning tour of duty, please. Like, say like Andover and Parker,
27.
Andover and South Broadway. You know, anywhere that we have traffic lights, so we can get those out there. Make those all a minimum of 2 guys each.
Yeah, 4727.
How are you doing?
Okay, Andover, Parker, Andover, South Broadway. You may look at Salem too.
Yeah, exactly. Salem and South Union, Salem and Market, Salem and South Union, things like that. Parker at Merrimack, all that stuff. Cable's on their way over to you now. Sandy, the way I've been doing it in reference is just like we would do with a parade. So we have all those names covered.
I missed the end of that, but I have an idea that this is one. And they said that most of them B3, I have you on for Dale Street.
Some of the streets. But for anybody just joining us, we're talking about Hurricane Florence making landfall as we speak. Great, I'm glad you guys can hear me. I know it's loud out here, but again, what you're looking at is not only the storm, but all of these reporters, all the media that are here covering it. This is how everybody does it to stay safe. Because clearly it is far too dangerous to step outside just with the wind, all of this rain, the debris that's flying around.
Yeah, gas been shut off, okay, I copy that. What I was saying, we'll follow like a parade route so far. Dale Street. I'd like to get those people over
gas shut off at 10 Elm car 2, Union Mountain 96
Lieutenant Burke.
That's negative. Getting hammered here with
negative. Engine 1, you copy?
Up to 90 miles per hour. You can see just the impact it has on all of the trees out there. If you can see kind of the gazebo there off into the distance and how, I mean,
I'm engine 2.
The wind is really
Z1 to control.
Flapping around.
Good.
And then I just, again, need to point out...
Somebody go by 105 South Baldwin Street and check on an elderly woman that may be there. Last name is LeBlanc. Fire alarm engine 2.
Look at all this. And this is the biggest threat.
Florence, 418. 105 South Baldwin.
Will come along with it.
Zero reading at 76 Old Village. We shut the gas meter. We are clear. Are we needed at another address? Yeah, 105 South Baldwin.
Gas shut down 72.
Okay.
Sergeant Bacai, come in. Entries off and down.
You see just some of the rain seeping through. That's
83, I'll go down.
not a great sign here, but again,
Stop by Ball. Sergeant Bacai, come in.
As well.
About 6 o'clock this morning, so we're
Nick, is that the resident? Fire alarm 82.
Fire alarm answer 82. Go.
For clearance, Johnny.
Heavy Johnny.
Fire alarm A1's off the general, 6.7.
The general 6.7.
Ladder 1's off.
Ladder 1 on arrival.
Like right now.
engine 1 bag was.
Charge it in the car.
Car 2's on scene.
We welcome the
Car 2, you're on.
Fire alarm engine 1.
Lights from beach is 10 minutes from me. I'm not sure about Mexico paying for the IWA. You can check on that for me.
Fire alarm 2, engine 1. Still alarm 2, Andover Street, Cardi Circle, for the odor of gas. Fire alarm engine 1, still alarm. Andover Street, Cardi Circle, for the odor of gas.
12 the officers here at 7 o'clock. Go downstairs for roll call. All officers here at 7 o'clock. Go downstairs for roll call.
Wilmington, North Carolina.
Engine 2, you're going to handle that. I caller report. The odor was on Cardi Circle. He did not give an exact location.
Florence, come in. Good. 10, if outside agencies start calling the PD, have them go down to the North Andover Mall and check in with Sergeant Picard or Lieutenant Burke or one of our officials for assignment. Anybody that wants to come and help us, they're more than welcome. Received.
I'm in safety right now.
That's who from Portable. Gas is off. We got no smell down here.
20, you're reporting. Gas is off, no odor.
Thanks for the Super Horn.
Good. Lieutenant, you were broken. Can you repeat your message? You stated gas is off, no hazard, no smell.
Yeah, it's shut off. We don't have any smells here. If somebody's got a meter and wants to come down, that'd be great. If not,
thank you.
I don't think there's any product down here. I don't smell anything.
I'll see if we have a meter available.
735.
Ladder 1 to Lieutenant Burns. $18.
Yeah, there's no electricity.
Meter's on its way. Okay, she's all set. Maybe they can Received.
You have a 37 unit upper end respond to my location to help me push this vehicle out of the roadway. It's a hazard. I need a vehicle with push bumpers.
10-4. In the area, 37 unit direct.
579, I'm direct. What's the location?
10-4, 4-pound load of Route 199.
1.3 miles of the dunes is gone.
Vehicle. I'll hit that one.
10-4, 737.
I'm hoping I can make it one in and turn around and go back the other way. No, it has fell out some, but I expect on the next night it won't be coming back. But at this point, I'm looking at the highway.
This is downtown. Pretty close to downtown.
Sergeant McCall, you on here?
You're welcome for the broadcast.
I haven't made it all the way to South Dot. At this point,
Thanks, Miami. I appreciate that.
Officer drives away.
Thanks for the information.
Sir, can you send me a chat part of this individual?
Thank you. I'll be safe, sir.
I told them they're closed, right?
Thanks for the Super Hearts, guys.
Estrada, I barely got any of that. Can you repeat that?
Thanks, Ned.
Massive Parsons School. If you're able to send me a taxi over here.
15 minutes maybe from the beach.
That's requesting a ride to the Mexico spending even though we told them to get closed. Going to the capital rate. Alright, you're at the top. Appreciate it.
Silent answer anyone.
Not so far. Thanks from the UK.
Lieutenant Burke, you on here?
Silent engine 1.
Go ahead, Luke. So I just talked to Lieutenant Fleming, and he'll start filing out people down there to see you. He's also going to slide at least one official, probably 2 officials down there to give you a hand. We have everyone arriving now. All right, will you let me know when they're going out to like all their posts and when they're on position, and then I'll start filing down even some more resources as we start coming in.
Say the winds are about 70 miles an hour.
Okay, 10-4. It shouldn't be too long before we start sending people out. Great, thank you.
I don't know, LL Blocker. Where does she live?
I'd say get a bunch of others that work in one location, kind of work together, kind of reestablish the day, kind of from one end to the other.
Thank you.
It's still really rough. I was looking at that.
That's when the phone gets charged. Thank you, Galaxy. New Hanover is correct. Not sure about the paper towel.
Firearm engine 2.
What about bringing some down?
We didn't have any smell in the area. We shut off all the gas meters on Cotty Circle.
No mandatory evacuation.
Engine 2, you're clear. You're reporting no smell in the area, but you can shut off all the gas meters in the area.
That would be really, really bad. Thanks, Philly. Thanks, Philly. Power's out everywhere, man. Thank you for the shield of protection. Thank you, Sweden. I mean, I'm only giving you a small shot. There's other areas that are worse. Okay, Wrightsville, it's 10 minutes for me. I'm watching the debris, guys. Well, it's not me on the power.
It's a wonder there's any cell service there.
Stock up on booze. What's from the Weather Channel? I missed that. "15 minutes. It was a Cat 1 when it came in.
2 to 83.
Where are you guys? Good morning.
Are you coming back to Station 2?
Good afternoon, I'm sorry, whatever it is.
Yeah, stand by. We're clearing up here on our way.
Okay, Leroy, thanks for the update from Raleigh.
Second standing, come in. Engine 2 from engine 1. Okay, side, something wrong with my phone. Alright, come to the command post, showcase.
On board.
Receive.
Thank you. I'll do my best.
Auto body.
Yeah, on board, 744.
And engine 1.
I'm safe, brother. I promise you. This is not an act of bravery.
Station 2 to engine 1.
Yeah, it's going to be long, I'm afraid.
Engine 1.
My
You looking for
kite's
engine
up
2?
right here.
1682 Chesapeake.
We got you guys on engine 2?
1682.
You repeat that message?
I don't have an exact location, but there was also a tractor trailer involved in this vehicle, and Prince George just got the vehicle stopped. So I'm going to be around until somewhere around 460 in Prince George County. I'll pass you a location when I get there.
Double check on our gas.
Yeah, on board.
That was Tavern Way. Yeah, 82, Raleigh Tavern.
Check the battery here in a second and
Pylon has a direct engine 2 to 82 Raleigh Tavern.
charge back. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Charge back up. Damn.
Pylon, anyone's in quarters. Quarters.
Pretty much fogged out here in Michigan. Like dense. It's wet. Pea soup out there. Not like this in front of us.
Mark average request was this will be Route 54 west of Denby Boulevard. I know what the issue is.
We'll get a look back and start the phone.
The roof flap right there.
Depending on storm surge.
746.
I didn't quite catch the name of his location though. When I do, I'll mark it on
Yeah,
Google
but the roof doesn't come off.
so we can see exactly where he is.
1397 traffic stop, New Hope Road, Richmond Road, 746.
Here. And there's a big one there, and the roof is coming up on that building. Can you see it?
Fire engine 1.
Answer engine 1.
That's not good.
Be off at the high school to check on their fire alarm panel.
High school.
figure everyone can watch ABC, CBS, NBC, so turn on the TV anywhere. This is what they don't show.
It's a Cat 1.
I looked all over all night.
Thanks for that information.
For them people doing this in Massachusetts.
Wilmington, North Carolina, guys.
But they evacuated all the people. No one had any new videos. They were all 10 plus hours old. I'll let you know here. It's Friday, right?
A couple of backed up chargers.
See everyone got their trash cans out.
Holy shit.
Because the weekend's here. It's the same for me every day. Just compile information. Nobody ever wants it.
What's happening, G Vegas?
Lieutenant Man, you come in, Mike.
Oh, that was a good wind gusts. Listen, if this cuts out, I'll be right back.
Grab the text.
My coffee.
I got that text. Yeah, just have them go down to the North Andover Mall, please. And see Sergeant Picard, Lieutenant
We're
Flip.
not positive on the...
I got that information about those burials today. That won't be a problem. Just let us know, Mike, or have Joe Veal's people just call me, and we'll make sure they have escorts, and we'll go from there.
Receive.
Thank you. Thank
131 Chesapeake on duty.
What is that 48?
I was in Andrew in Florida. It was a lot worse than this. I don't feel the calm at all. At all. Staybridge Suites is about 15 minutes away. Yeah, you can watch them go flappy, flappy right there. I don't know about Greenville. I think we're beyond evacuating. Surf's great. It's brick. Yeah, it's human. Which one? Most of them have snapped. See here. That one right there just snapped. What's up, Brandon? Going down the street's not going to happen.
412 Hampshire Street, the Good Shepherd Center for the parking lot.
Power is off. Thanks for the message of the safety. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. 10 amps go out about the
Fire alarm, engine 2 stop, 82 Raleigh Tavern.
Engine 2 on arrival.
Sergeant Burkhardt, come in.
Go ahead.
Jeannie, will you put this down in the notes? We've got to get Detective Camacho relieved. He's at Andover, at Parker. He's with the buses, Andover at Parker.
Yes.
So we need to get somebody up there to relieve him.
Mr. 1 already sent 2 people up there, so Mr. 1's there, you can leave now.
All right, Claudia, you get that?
Yes.
So far, I have that one down. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, it is. This is Wilmington, North Carolina. The power is off. Thanks, Tennessee. You're welcome. Thanks for the Super Heart. Thanks, Illinois. The wind is about 70 miles an hour, I think.
Yeah, no problem. The panel at the high school is going to clear each other.
Thank you from London.
Okay, no problem with the panel. Show you clear returning.
Thank you, West Virginia. Go Mountaineers.
Go. Went up there without even being wet. Rain. Wet.
Thank you, Ireland. Thank you, California. Thanks, Austin, Texas. What a beautiful place. Thanks, Virginia Beach.
Oh, did they say Virginia Beach?
Seems to be calming down. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching the scope. I'll fry back up a little bit later. All right? Any other questions before I shut it down? You're welcome, you're welcome. Prayers from Houston, thank you. Thanks for the super.
The location of the truck trailer is going to be on Route 460 at the pallet truck stop. And that's going to be just east of 295 in Prince George County.
A3, you report your back in quarters?
Yes, we're back in quarters.
A3 in quarters.
Colorado. What was that guy's name again? C. Anderson.
Southside.
Fire alarm 800.
Yeah, 7-6 deal. No discernible odor of gas. Checked the building with a meter. None found. We did shut off the meter at the request of the resident. We were going to be clear.
Both those ones.
Fire alarm has that.
1153, Chesapeake.
Received.
Okay. I'll be out to my residence.
Oh.
10-4.
After Farrington and Goujon return.
Alright.
Racing.
The corner looks like it survived. You can see the sandbags and all that red fence and all that's down. All that dune is down. But it looks like that's what it might be.
749 traffic stop, northbound Route 13 in Catesville. 757.
Just pavement, just a little bit. Alright, so boy, can you look at there, the transition where the ferry turn around in the dock?
That's pick up on duty.
Yeah, let me look. I don't know if I'm able to tell you the face below it. Okay. Alright, come on.
Fire alarm engine 2.
Well, I wanted to
Fire alarm engine 2.
change the color.
82 Raleigh Tavern, no gas. Needle shut off last night.
She's clear, no gas in the residence.
I guess I have to. Anyway, that's fine. I apologize. I've been up all night and I'm running a little slower than normal. Forget you can see me now. Hello, hello.
425.
I'm still drinking coffee though. Come on, buddy. I'm just trying to figure out where these people are, so I got a perspective of where we're looking. No perspective if it doesn't open up. So our last guy was somewhere in this area. He's not right on the beach, but he's back in here somewhere.
425.
Virginia Beach, Virginia. Be there.
250. Paul, you still doing that state treat?
Oh, negative, sorry. I thought you heard me. I went to get gas. I'm clear.
That's far from the hurricane. The hurricane's over here.
That's a negative. Go to Enterprise, rent the car. You're going to be doing an escort.
796 Chesapeake.
6.
That's too much light on my face.
Will you show me on duty, please? I have that.
Alright, let's see what these...
Paul, do you have that?
No, it's not.
I have it.
I don't know why to my people. I don't have a lot. I have a couple accounts, so this account doesn't have them all. The other one on my phone does. But you can't, with Periscope, you can't do that with...
249 Chesapeake.
Good 12.
Can you run the Virginia OL by number? I'm not getting anything back. It's going to be 8 Alpha 67 24 9140.
Unable to care for himself.
10-4, I have your message back. It came back to a Noel Gonzalez. Services license expired 7/2020. No previous, go on.
Unable to care for himself, requesting transport.
10-4, thank you. 10-4, 801.
T, 8 Patton Street, check the well-being. I'll see if John Harrisau is okay. What's that? 8 Patton Street. 8 Patton. Yes, Patton. Patton. Citizens in the gym, correct? File on engine 1 back quarters.
Engine 1 in quarters.
A1's on.
A1 on Robin.
My terminal's not working. Would you clear me UTS? 10-4-8055.
Engine 2's off quarters.
10-4-832 traffic stop, Merrimack Trail at Route 199, 8067.
Fire alarm, engine 2, still alarm, 244 Phillips Court, 44 Phillips Court. All reports that appears there's smoke coming from the roof again. Fire alarm, engine 2, still alarm, 44 Phillips Court. Fire house yesterday. Call report seeing roof smoke coming from the roof.
Engine 2's en route, making a box alarm.
Doing that right now, Lieutenant.
Station G4. Go ahead, G4.
Fire alarm, all units broadcasting box alarm 44 Phillips Court, 44 Phillips Court. Call report seeing smoke from the roof. Fire alarm to all units broadcasting box alarm 44 Phillips Court.
Hey, Kern, go ahead.
Call report seeing smoke from the roof. Engine 1, Engine 2, ladder 1.
No, sir, I just need
a response.
for an injury report. Do you have an address and the nature? It's going to be off. It's for a personnel injury report. I just need the number.
I'll tell you.
For me to get a report number, I need an apparatus.
Here. Something Microsoft is doing in the background that it shouldn't be doing at all. Drives me nuts.
Did you give me
because
apparatus to assign to it?
This is white.
Ten-4, stand by.
I'm gonna just off. Close. You become unresponsive to close. You don't have to do anything to close.
Car 5's off Phillips Court. This kind of looks like condensation steam coming off the roof. We're investigating.
Toledo Lawrence, radio check.
Car 5 on arrival to the condensation. I'm off roof investigating.
All companies, alarm of fire, Boston 6111. Report that to 68 located between Grass and South 95, battle 4,
Station people, can you give me a call on the first? 450-1361. Hey, for.
I didn't swear.
Station 1, Engine 1, Engine 3 are going to be on. Phillips Court.
I'll just wait.
Engine 2's on scene, nothing showing.
They said the same thing, condensation and steam. Because we're listening to Massachusetts and the hurricane. Which I haven't heard anything out of the one in a while. I'll make sure it's still on. Like this is not on, apparently. What's going on here? These are.
Well, I'm answering Engine 2.
Engine 2 will handle Phillips.
This is live on these live teams. Where are those at?
Engine 2, you're going to handle 44 Phillips. Engine 1, ladder 1, you can return.
I mean, everything's closed. There's nothing.
Engine 2.
It's something else.
981 broadcast.
Close it all. Close it all. Here we go. I thought it was just Periscope that was slow. Around and around. I've got full signal. Yeah, that's delayed. killing me. What are you doing?
275. 275 Andover Street, apartment 1. Check the well-being.
Flop.
Caller says her grandparents have dementia and her brother's handicapped.
Things never this slow. What is going on? I apologize. I have no control over what it's not doing. Nothing wrong with this unit.
Control the cars, you need fuel, DPW.
Establish a connection period, yes, thank you. There's nothing else. Come on. I apologize. I don't know what is going on here. Whenever whatever's running in the background stops me up from working. What is this? Now what is it? What is this? Now it's all black. What? Oh. You just gotta laugh. That's ridiculous. Come on.
Fire alarm 82 is on the quarters.
Oh, there we go. Where'd it go? How does that do that?
82's on the quarters. 230, I'm not using the quarters here.
What is this thing doing?
Definitely here. That's all I have for the notes. See, if the house looks secure and there's no damage or like a sign of a break, I'll show you Clay, might be sleeping.
It works at 3 in the morning when you're by yourself.
Okay. Virtual Lawrence turn on. Yeah, everything looks good here.
I hit seismograph. And now it's clicking on milliwatts.
Thanks, Steve. We'll call him back.
Yeah, it's KM4, OZX, Bellhaven, North Carolina. Anybody monitoring?
Fire alarm engine 2.
Fire alarm answering engine 2.
Nothing going on at Phillips Common. Gas has been shut off to the residents.
What is going on? I mean, really, this is beyond.
Crazy gas shut off to the resident. You're clear.
Oh, goodness. Alright, here's what we're doing. I'm going to restart this thing because whatever's going on isn't going to let me do anything. So I'll be back.
I don't want to
save that.
124 on.
Now it's going to work.
Good.
It's going to work.
Permission to go direct with Sergeant Scott.
So I hate to restart
Go direct.
and up again.
Walkie 124, Sergeant Scott. Walkie unit, go ahead.
You called him.
I'm with BPD on Beacon Street at Andover. I got a gentleman who approached them stating he needs to get his medication at 77 Brookfield. What's the pleasure?
All right, why don't you escort him in there, Kevin? Leave BPD on the scene.
Affirmative.
Okay, yeah, I'm restarting. This is ridiculous. It won't let me. I mean, I gotta wait to close the window. I don't want to restart it.
Go ahead, Anna. D46. I'm not sure if we're supposed to be doing this, but South Union Street at Salem is blocked off.